TikTok family. I just went on a walk. I'm trying to get all the dog hair off my face from kissing my dog. If you're just coming in, welcome. Tap the screen. Tell me where you're from. Tell me if you're having allergies like we are today because of the drastic weather change. Someone else is from Oregon on my Facebook group and they're like, so last week I hooked up my AC and today I'm starting a fire. Hey Linda, you're first on the list for your reading today. So I have my water. I have this thing, it's called a greenie from Nectar, green drink. And then I have my tea. Remember I told you guys I have like 3 things going? Delia from Los Angeles, how are you? Is it Delilah or Delia? And just excuse me ahead of time when I pronounce names. People don't know this about me because I am an author, but I'm also very dyslexic. So that comes with sounding out names. I have to go really slow. But yeah, so I'm just waiting for a moderator or two. I am doing readings today. The first one, Delia. Beautiful. Hi, Delia from Los Angeles. My name is Julie. If this is your first time joining me, you guys, I am a psychic medium. I've had my business Peace and Serenity for 2 decades, and I absolutely love what I do as it provides a lot of healing and inspiration for people and shows confirmation and validation that your loved ones, though they have crossed over, they're very much alive in spirit and they're communicating through me to you. But once I'm gone, I always tell people, I'm a channel, and this is your love for them and their love for you that I channel. But once I'm out of the equation, that energy is ever flowing around you. It's just, I do this for a living, so I have a heightened sense of awareness. But everybody can say like, oh, I feel like that was my mom watching over me or something. Hi, Jess. I love the heart and then the stars. Stacy. Hi, Stacy from, where are you from? Georgia? It's so tiny. I'm trying to like see if I need my readers. So I'm just waiting for one moderator. I keep playing with my hair because I just got my hair cut. It's so healthy, but I'm used to longer hair, so it'll grow out. It's just hair, but I don't notice it all day until I get on here and start a video and have to like look at myself the whole time. I do have a list going today. So far I have, hey, Crystal from Fort Myers. Yes, Georgia. I love that. There's that song, Georgia, or I don't know if that's about a place or a lady, actually, now that I'm saying that. What was I was just gonna say something. Let me, I'll be right back. If you're interested in reading, I do readings today for a $40 donation. I do have 3 spots open. How do you get on the list? It's wonderful. You Venmo, here's my Venmo information. Thank you, Crystal. My Venmo is Julie-DART, which is my name. Some of you guys will go on that while I'm on here and ask me to be your friend. I can't unfortunately do that, but if you want to make sure it's me, see this icon, like the picture of me, that's me. You can double click on that and it actually will take you to, I do have Zelle. Thank you. I do have Zelle. It's by my phone number. It's 408, or do you have a pen? I usually have a moderator like tack things up, but my Zelle account is connected with my phone number, and my phone number is 408-857-3351. That's 408-857-3351. And it's, if you need, oh, there's Kim. If you need my email to confirm the Zelle, Crystal, it's Julie Dart, like without a space, Julie Dart, my name, at Comcast.net. Do me a favor, you guys, say hello to my beautiful moderator on here, and please give her a follow. We're trying to at least get her to 500 followers today, if not to 1,000. So, hi, Riri. I just saw that you joined. It was so fun doing your reading yesterday. And just to let Kim know, yes, it's that. Hi, Riri. So, to reiterate, what was I going to say? Kim, just to let you know, I have 3 more openings. Yes. That's the one, 3351. 08675309. So I'm starting Linda's here in a couple minutes, but I always like say a prayer, set an intention before I go live. And just to let you guys know, before I started to go live, I was like dealing with some stuff. We've had like my eldest hit a manhole that was not covered. Everything's good. Impasse cover your hearts. But it was a bit of money to get a new tire. So we're working on a reimbursement for that. And it just was like a lot. And it happened the day before Mother's Day. So we couldn't drive the car. Just like another hiccup, another challenge for us, along with some other things of growing your business after moving 2 times during a pandemic. So we've been through a bit of challenges over here. And there have been times where I'm like, I don't know if I should go live. Like, I'm trying to, feel my energy today and everything. And I kept hearing, it's gonna make my eyes water. Persevere. Oh, we got a 111. That's perfect. 111. It's a beautiful angel number. Thanks, Kim, for telling me that. So, when I was like setting my intention / prayer for this going live session today, which I always do, whether it's on here or I'm giving you an individual reading because I do phone readings and Zoom readings, I just kept hearing persevere. Persevere. It means like, for me, when they were, I know all of you know what persevere means, but persevere is like you have a dream and a desire in your heart. It may be choppy right now. It may not be like coming to fruition at the time and the place that you thought it was going to. So do your work, persevere. Then your work is also to rest and surrender, but keep following your dreams. I'm a big believer in that everybody has a huge life purpose here that will affect other people. My kids' teacher just posted something on Facebook and said, I don't know if I'm just having a funky day, if I'm making a difference. And I was like, oh my gosh, when I went through my divorce, you were my eldest child's, what is it called? Field hockey teacher. And you were the one who, or coach, and you're the one who put the team aside and said, we need to be here for her. She's going through a lot. Let's just be patient. Like you were the one, and I needed that. And it's amazing. Oh, thank you, Riri. I just feel very emotional today, and I think it's okay to be emotional. I think it would be maybe a little bit odd not to be, considering everything our world has been through, especially in the last 3 years. But as long as we like come together as a community and keep doing the right thing when the wrong thing is occurring and stay proactive, I think that's how we're going to get through this. And I keep hearing the word community. And I hope today, whether you get a reading or not, that this is the community that you're coming to rely on and kind of get some relief and some hope and a message of love and support today, if you're not feeling that somewhere else in your life, okay? I hope that you are. But welcome. This is a safe place. I always ask the angels to surround us with their love and support as I do the reading. So thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, Riri. Thank you, Elena. It's so funny because like Rhiannon's like, I'm Riri now. I'm like, yes, you are. Like in my readings. That helps me with my dyslexia too. I'll come up with like nicknames for people. So if for some reason I'm not able to do that Hooked on Phonics course with your name, my mind will go to a fun little nickname. So cheers. We have our beautiful Kim, moderator. Thank you for holding space for us. I love that my family calls me that. Oh, that's probably why I got stuck on it when I was giving you a reading. And I so enjoyed giving you your reading, Riri, yesterday. That is taking a little bit while to download from this app, but hopefully in the next 24 hours I'll have it downloaded and put over on YouTube, which is a reminder for me to tell you guys these aren't guaranteed. Hi, Scorpio. That it will be recorded, so you'll want to do a screen record of your reading and or take notes. Kim says, I enjoy being here for your readings and they're amazing. Thank you. What you guys don't understand is that I feel like I'm able to read people on here because you guys are also holding space. So thank you all for everything that you're doing as well. I really appreciate you. So without further ado, I think I'm going to start my readings. If you want a reading today, wonderful. I think I have 3 more spots open. Like I said, my I take Zelle, but I also have Venmo. There's my Venmo there right now. But let's read this together. I used to be a preschool teacher, so I'm going to start doing a reading. And it's so important. What's bound to happen once I start a reading is that you guys are going to say, me too, and that's great. And I love the support. Please hold your comments because I'll start to absorb your energy like a vacuum cleaner. So if you could just not comment anything, that would be wonderful so I can focus on the reading at hand. So it says, welcome, I'm doing readings. Please hold your comments while I'm doing readings. My moderators will temporarily mute comments so that I can keep the chat clear. In saying this, my moderators are volunteers and they will temporarily mute you. They will never block you from a live or block you from one of my followers as long as everybody's being respectful. And I feel like that's how we built this community. Because if someone comes in and they're like, hey, and they get muted, they don't go, oh my gosh, why am I getting muted? They're like, oh, you're in the middle of a reading. Okay, I'll hold space for you. And I know you're going to come back and chat with us in a little bit. So there we go. Lots of love to everybody. I'm asking the angels to bump us up on another level. You guys might need a lot of water during this reading or after when a lot of clearing comes. But I just feel like that song from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, come with me and you'll see. Bum, 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 ba-dum, 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 bum. Oh, you're fine, Kim. Your energy is just always good. So you're just directing people. It's people that all of a sudden come on here and go, that's my dad. And I'm just like, boom, I'm just drawn to them. So I'm just talking about the people who are coming in, not my beautiful moderators. Okay, so Linda, without further ado, thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading for you. The way I like to do my readings is to see who you want to hear from today. I don't need to know their name. I just need to know who they were in relationship to you. And as I'm getting ready for you to respond, I feel a male energy. So I wonder if your dad is on the other side as well. And I'll just let you start to chat. Your dad, okay? I was like, he's so funny. He's like, I'm coming. Do you know what I mean? He's just very strong. Not that your mom's chopped liver and that you're not close to your mom, but were you more like your dad or something like that? Are you more like your dad? Yes, because he makes me feel like whenever they go like this, I just like, that's the parent that crossed over is the most that you're alike. Do you know what I mean? And 100%. And he was a go-getter and a doer. Like, you need something done, dad's gonna do it yesterday. Do you know what I mean? Before the word is even like, Dad, I need a new tire on my car. And before I finish the R in the word car, it's already done. He's already done it. He's already arranged everything. So I feel like you have that kind of, yep, that's him. And you have that kind of energy too, which he says it's hard for you when you're dealing with people who are helping you and they don't get it done in that amount of time because you like to keep things moving. Reminds me of like, he's giving me an example like, honey, can you help with the dishes? And then someone is like, yeah, in an hour. You're like, well, if I'm asking you, I need him done now. I could do it in an hour. Do you know what I mean? So I just keep seeing that. So your dad's making me feel like you have the right dream, whatever your dream is, because he's showing me business and he shows me logo and he shows me inspirational speaker and he shows me coach and things like that with you, if that makes any sense. I also see nutrition. I don't know why. Yeah, that's good. Thank you, Dad. Yeah, I got you. So there's something like that as well. Hold on. Is this making sense to you so far, all the things that he's talking about? And he's saying you have the right dream. If you're feeling heavy and frustrated, you just need the right team. Because sometimes we have, yeah, this making sense. Because sometimes we have one or the other. We like have the right team, like, oh, this is the team I need, but I don't know which idea I want to work on yet. He's just saying, see, that persevere was coming from him too. Persevere, have the strength to keep going and see this all the way through. He's like, honey, there are times that you're going to want to give up and feel like it's not working and just keep going. Because just a side note, this is the time where I had seen a vision, and they'll show me visions before each decade. And the vision that I saw in 2009 was that younger people who weren't really made for school, because now they've taken art and shop out of school, but kids that were very good with hands-on would drop out of school, make millions of dollars, and be able to buy their parents' homes with cash. And then we saw the rise of YouTubers and influencers. I didn't even know about that in 2009. And so in 2019, they showed me that there would be female rising. They said there will be a woman in the White House. There will be a time where it looks like a ghost town everywhere. And then we had COVID, and it sure looked like that in a lot of places. So knowing that, then I know that this is female rising, which means that a lot of businesses for females are going to start. A lot of women are going to. It's interesting to me because I'm seeing this kind of theme of like women in their like 40s and 50s, and the man comes home and says, "I can't be married anymore," and they go in this tailspin, and then the woman's like, "I think I'm going to start my own business," and it's usually like the woman is a light worker, empath and very kind, and then the other person's a narcissist. So I'm seeing a trend of that, and I'm sure that's always happened, but I'm seeing it very strong. So going back to you, there's something about, I don't know what you're going to be doing, but it feels very empowering for people. Is this making any sense? Did you ever want to be a inspirational speaker? And what is the deal with like nutritionist coach? Is that something that you'll be doing? Or are you gonna have like a channel or something like that? I don't know why I just keep seeing that. It's like meal planning kits. I don't know if this is what you're doing or if you have a specialty doing it. It makes me, one thing I know, oh, you competed in bikini. Okay. So you just have that. So that's like something that you've done. The thing that you want to do, the new business, hold on one second. Are you in real estate? Was he in real estate? Or are you buying a house? Because I just saw real estate and a for sale sign. Seems like the more you do your reading, you're the jack of all trades. Do you know what I mean? You're good at a lot of different things. Your dad just saying, oh, mortgages. Okay, thank you. That's why I'm seeing real estate. So good. We're on the right path here. We're on the right path. Yeah, he shows me that too. Are you married or did you just get engaged? Because anytime they go like this, I know that that's like an engagement or that you're with somebody long term. You're going to open up your own soon. Okay, that's what Dad's talking about. Because I see a logo and I see all that. But your dad is also making me feel like, yes. Okay, so look up this company called Bar3. It's BARE3. I might be spelling it wrong. With someone long term. Okay, that's what Daddy's saying. Show me the thing again that you started to see. Were you married before? Because he's like, she didn't know if she wanted to do that again. So I don't know if you were married before, if you were in a long distance relationship with someone before the person that you're with. But Dad's got your back and you're on the right track. Say the thing that you were going to say about the other thing. Yes, I was. Okay. And you're like, I don't know if I want to do that again. Dad's like, I got your back. Sorry, when I'm channeling, I forget what I was saying. And your dad's talking really fast. And I feel like you absorb things really fast. So anytime I try to slow down, the energy is just really high. Hold on one second as I see what else he was talking about. Yeah. You're very good at a lot of things, he said. So follow the, oh, I got you. Okay, the Bar3 thing. Thanks, sir. I forget. And then I'm like, I know I'm channeling. I guess I can't remember. Look up Bar3. The owner's name is Sadie something. She started in Oregon. It's a workout place, but it's also, it's more than a workout place. It's like a mindset. It's like an empowerment. And for some reason, I keep looking at you and it's more than just workout. It's like self-awareness, accountability, empowerment. Does that make sense to you when I say that? It's almost like something a life coach would do, but it's like physical. Is this making any sense to you? So perhaps the meal planning and things like that. Yes? Okay. So it's a lot. No wonder. It's like, take your time to build this dream. Do you know what I mean? I don't see anything fast and furious because I would be worried then it was going to be like the Three Little Pigs. Like they built their house so fast when the big bad wolf came in, all came falling down. So you're going like a slow and steady. Your dream will be made of bricks, so to speak. So when any challenges come, you may feel it, but it's not going to knock down. Do you understand kind of the analogy and why I'm bringing that up? Because you may have thought last year, like, by this time next year, this is going to take off. And it's like something pulled you back, or it wasn't, yes, okay, it wasn't the right time. And Dad is saying, you just have to just trust the timing on this for me. Did he call you princess or something like that? I wanted to call you princess. You're just going to have to check the timing on this, princess. That's how he said it. And don't be worried about making videos or, oh, he called you angel. I love that. I love that, of course, because I do angel readings. Show me one more time what you were just going to say. And your dream may start off like, I'm going to do this, and it's a workout center. And then people are like, do you have recipes that worked for you? And you're like, okay, I'm going to start a blog about everything that I cooked. All right, I'm going to make videos of me preparing this food. I never thought I would be doing this. So it's gonna grow as the need is there. Does that make sense? And it's multifaceted. We'll meet a lot of different needs for people. But rewrite your mission statement or write your intention. Remember, before I was just saying before I got on here that I'm always, before I do readings, I'm trying to tell people it's really important to set your intention. It's like you're putting in your GPS of where you want to go. And it's like, yes, you want to make millions of dollars, billions of dollars. That's good. And I am seeing like a lot of women in this decade becoming multimillionaires and billionaires. They'll be the kind of billionaires, though, that will share with their communities. I'm just telling you right now. But going back to that, set your intention on what you want it to be. Is that making sense? Because that will be your GPS and a clear vision of how this unfolds and the kind of people it attracts. And he is saying, say it again, sir. Yeah. So this is making sense to you. But look up bar 3. Because Sadie, I think that's her name, Sadie, she used to, like, I think work out at like Gold's Gym, and she hated the way that they were making a person like hate their body. Do you know what I mean? Or like attack your body. So gentle words of different, if that makes any sense. I know I saw that one more time. I can't remember. It reminds me of like back in the day, I used to see flyers that would say, not body challenge. It wouldn't even say anything like that. It would be like, not even boot camp, but it would be like something against your body. And it would have a flyer on that. And I would say, God, that sounds like I'm attacking my body, not like honoring it. So she's really into honoring your body to take it to where it can go, if that makes any sense, with consistency. But it's not like an overnight thing, and it's not a shame thing. Is this making sense to you? Because your dad keeps talking about it, how he wants you to look that up, because nobody's going to be the same as you, but it's similar, if that makes sense, like similar reasons or motivation or intention. Yes. Okay. So I don't see a mission statement yet or an intention set. Are you just working on that now? Hold on. I just saw 77. So first I saw 1970, and then I saw 1977. So I don't know if someone was born in 1970 or 1977, but I just saw that. I have to pay attention to what I'm seeing. Unless sevens mean a lot to you for some reason, but I swear I saw like 1970. 1977. That's okay. She says she's not sure. 95% of what I talk to you about should make sense. The other part, put to the side. If someone was born in that, on that time, if you moved at that time, yeah, that's okay. And it can be I have another spirit coming in from the other side that wants to talk to you. Just so you know, they just showed it was like 77, unless your dad passed away at the age of like 77, and you're like, no, he was 76, he would have been 77. I just keep seeing those numbers. Your brother was born, you think, in 1976. Okay, is your brother here or crossed over? Because as he's talking about this, he would be talking about the challenges that you're going through. Do you have two brothers? Yeah. Do you have two brothers? Are you being bullied? I don't know any better way to say. You have two. Okay. I don't know if they're not, oh, by both. I'm so sorry. Because your energy's high and your dad's energy's high, and it just flows and flows and flows. And when he talks about your brothers, I get like heavy. So it makes and his mom crossed over too? Did dad pass away first and then mom? I don't know if you have actually, okay, no, she's here. Are you taking care of mom? There's something about, he's like, I'm crossed over, and then he goes, mom. So I'm like, has mom fell ill? Are you the caregiver for mom? Or do you have a business with your mom? Yes, financially. Okay, thank you. I don't know if you literally said this out loud, that my brothers wouldn't be treating me this way if my dad were still alive. But that's the absolute truth. This would not be happening if your dad was still here. Does that make sense? She says true. And it's enough to drive you crazy, 100% true. When someone is a narcissist and gaslighter, but it's even crazier when it's in our own family and we're like, and your dad says it's without cause, because he says you're doing everything right. If anything, it's out of malice and greed. Does that make sense? I don't use the word malice, but this is how he's saying it. So it's almost like you're being attacked. Your credibility, your person. Don't let sick people make you sick. Does that make sense? So your dad has your back. I want to let you know yes to everything. Okay. So your dad has your back, and he's so sorry that you're going through this right now. It's so undeserving because you're the one that's helping. I feel like one of your brothers in particular is the instigator. The other one just feels like they're going along with it. And he feels very like arrogant and spoiled. And I don't know if he has addiction problems, but he's highly immature. I don't know any other way to put that. So it's hard not to take this personally, especially because of what you're going through, and you're taking care of your mom. I feel like at this time your dad's saying that you miss him more than ever, because he's the person, so accurate, perfect. He's the person that you would go to for support during this time, and like he's not here, but he wants to remind you as he comes through in this reading with all this validation, you do miss him. He knows that. Say it again, that he's not, his physical presence isn't here, but he had a strong spirit, and that spirit is still very much alive and helping you. And he said everything that you're going through, everything, he says it again, everything that you're going to is preparing you for your big dream. So you might feel like, why is this happening? Now it's on hold. I had this dream. I thought the timeline, he said your timeline for everything is all messed up and changed. But he's saying that this is part of it. Consider this in your masters and dealing with people who are going to kind of like try to ruin your credibility. So whatever you're doing, it's going to shine really bright. So it's not going to surprise me if you have a run-in with a company or something like that who's like, who does she think she is? Do you know what I mean? But you're like, I already went through that with my brothers, so this isn't, and I survived that, so this isn't even phasing me. Do you kind of understand what I'm saying? So I don't like it when people say that everything happens for a reason, because I don't believe that. But I do believe that our angels, our higher power, you can call it God or the universe or whatever, or the other side, your spiritual team will help that chaos be transmuted and put in your favor, as long as you keep doing the right thing and stay proactive. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, Mary, I think Mary Shipman, if you're on here, I do have Zelle, sweetheart. I think you might be messaging at this time, but I can't message people on here, but I can take a break in a second. Yes, I feel him for sure. And yes, so this is making sense to you. He definitely has your back. I want you to know that. He definitely has your back. So I'm kind of moving back a little bit. This is where I start to get fuzzy, and I know that I have another spirit coming in, but I wanted to see, is this why you wanted the reading today? Does this make sense? It's like you have your needs and wants of what you want from the reading, and he already knows the agenda. He already knows how to step up and start helping. He just said, you cannot rely or trust say it again. Tweedledee and Tweedledum. It's like you're Alice in Wonderland, and you know the Tweedledee and Tweedledum from Alice in Wonderland? Yeah. He's like, don't, once they show the true colors, don't let these fools come back when you have more finances, because they'll be like, I changed my ways. I'm so sorry. Their timing won't be genuine. Do you know what I mean? If they can't pull it together now, they won't. And to know a narcissist will only be kind when they want something. The moment you say, I can't give you that, they're like, you're a witch, you're selfish. You're like, and there it is. Yeah, they can't do unconditional love, but you know how to do that. So keep your light shining bright. I don't know if your sign from your dad is a lighthouse or why I keep seeing a lighthouse, but let him be your lighthouse, 100% your older brother. Yeah. Yeah, your dad's got your back. He just keeps seeing a lighthouse. I keep seeing that. Yeah, like you're a ship at sea and you're looking for the bright light, and you might feel like you're alone, but let your dad guide the way for you, okay? On the second, show me that again, sir. I'll tell her that if you show me. I'm not going to sing this song because I don't know it. But if you guys have been on here before, you're welcome, Linda. They make me sing. Or they don't make me sing, but they're like, tell her this song. And I'm like, I always say, this is like a Trivial Pursuit, mediumship with karaoke. So say the thing that you're going to say. There's a song called Flashlight on the second. Say it again. Movie that's... I can see the name of the movie. It's all the girls and they sing. And this is where it's okay to comment, you guys. Why can't I see the name of that? Not Anne Hathaway, but Anne, and she does the cups. And oh God, this is not making any sense. I can almost see the name of it. All they do is they like sing though. There's no instruments, and they battled against each other, and they made a second, and I think they might have made a third one. Pitch Perfect. Thank you. Gosh, I was like, what's the name of it? Pitch Perfect 2. There's a song from the soundtrack called Flashlight. Thank you. Scorpio, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Pitch Perfect, that number 2. There's a song called Flashlight. Your dad wants you to look that up. Because it's like, they'll send lyrics, have you watch a movie, and say it's like, this is an analogy of if I were there, I would be telling you this. Do you know what I mean? So we always have to pay attention to when songs come on, or we're getting certain kind of feelings. Those come on too. Someone just messaged me, Mary, are you in here? It's Mary Shipman. Pitch Perfect. Thank you, Judy. You're so welcome. You got homework. You're like, I didn't know. So thank you guys for being here. I am doing a special on my text readings, just so you guys know. Normally my text readings, they're an hour, and I have them available for $135. But for just the end of this month, my 1 hour text readings are only $100. So you save $35. And you can just text me that or email me, whichever you want to do to sign up. Andrew Kendrick. Thank you. Anna Kendrick is the artist. I was like, why am I stuck on that? But when I'm channeling, I'm kind of like up here. And so when they want me to remember words and things like that in movies. Sometimes when the reading's over, I'm like, oh, Anna Kendrick, Pitch Perfect too. But as I'm connected, so hard to hear the name of it. I could just see the people in it. Yeah, perfect. So I'm just going to take this time to chat, see how you guys are doing. Mary, if you're in here today, you messaged me through Facebook Messenger, actually. I do take Zelle. I do have, I think at this point I could do 3 more readings, but I wanted to check and see how everybody's doing. If you're interested in a reading, please let me know. If not, I was going to do an exercise on here that I did yesterday, just to let people know like how your loved ones communicate with you. My job as a medium is to show you that their energy is still alive in their spirit, and that I'm just merely a channel, and this is their love for you and your love for them. And when I'm gone out of the equation, this energy is always flowing around you. So when I start a reading, I'll tell people I'm starting to see, hear, and feel things that they want me to convey to you. And another day I was giving a reading to this lady, and I started to taste peppermint in my mouth. And I was like, peppermint, so that's like a different sense, right? They'll come in any way that they can. And once I start a person's reading, I know anything that I see, hear, and feel during their reading is part of a message for them. Someone listening, there might be a double message, but I know for sure that I'm anchored into the person I'm reading for. So I knew this was for her. And I said, usually peppermint reminds me of Christmas. Did anybody have a birthday or pass on Christmas? And she was like, no. So that doesn't make sense to me. I said, that's okay. Let me take it back and see what the message is. And I was like, what is the message? Let me look again one more time. And I was like, yeah, it's peppermint. Like, did someone make, I can't imagine that someone would make their own like peppermint candy. And she goes, well, my ex-husband made peppermint schnapps all the time. And I was like, is your ex-husband's crossed over? She's like, yeah. And I was like, that's his way of coming through. What are the chances somebody would make peppermint something? Do you know what I mean? And another reading I gave, I kept tasting what I was feeling would be like tasting as, would be like a vanilla, but it was like taffy. So I was like, I don't know if this is saltwater taffy or Bit-O-Honey, like the old fashioned candies, the Bit-O-Honey. She's like, my dad ate Bit-O-Honey all the time. So sometimes they tell me their name. Sometimes they tell me their day of passing. Sometimes they tell me, like my last reading with Linda, they just know that you're going through challenges. I can feel that. And so that's a different feeling. Thank you, Sherry. You're next, honey. And then sometimes I will mention a movie or hear a song. And if it doesn't mean anything to you at the time, I always say 95% about what I talk to you about during your reading should make sense. And the other part, 5%, just put to the side and then re-watch at another time. They're either showing me past, present, or future. Okay? So Sherry, thank you so much. And thank you, Silver, for joining us. How are you, lovely? And while I'm waiting for Sherry to say hi, and just to reconnect with my, I was going to call them mentors. They are kind of like my mentors, my moderators on here. I also, before I started getting ready for this, I kept hearing, you know, persevere. It's going to be challenging things that you're going through right now, but definitely do the work where you can and then rest. I'm doing good, honey. So good to see you. But I also kept hearing, thank you. And Sherry's next for her reading, but I haven't seen who it is. Hi there. I do have one more opening, Meek. Meeks some more. I love that. But I kept hearing, do you remember that song? Go, walk out the door. Just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Come on, everybody. Aren't you the one who tried to hold me with your lies? Did you think I'd crumble? Did you think I'd lay down and die? Oh, no, not I. I will survive. So sometimes when you're feeling funky, like sing songs like that. Do you know what I mean? Yes, I will survive. Just get the energy and the negativity out of there. It's like, I have this dream, but I can't do it. Elena put the microphone up and sing. Oh, you're Sherry. No worries. I just didn't know. So I was like, I'll just wait. Because I have somebody messaging me on Facebook Messenger. She's like, do you still have an opening? And yeah, so no worries. I just wasn't sure like who's who and what's going on here. But I do silly things because life is serious enough, and I know I'm doing readings, but we've got to like find some ways to like sing our affirmations or something to get out of this funk. And guess what, you guys? We are all going through it. We are all going through. It's kind of like the movie Frozen could not come out at a better time because we are going to into the unknown, like that song says. Yes, I'm a goofball and so is my son. Yeah, I am silly. I write children's books. I have a puppet from my children's books. Like I am silly by nature. So, and I need that. I need to have that childlike expression. Excuse me, connection. I think we all do. I bought bubbles the other day and I was blowing bubbles with my little bubble gun. Yes, it's been challenging. Excuse me, I know. And I just think it's just time for all of us. Yes. Oh, that's so sweet, Linda. Thank you. Yes. Anyway, brush it off. We're all in this together, just to let you guys know, okay? There's been challenges Kim and I have shared that we're just like, what is going on? But hold tight. Come here. Please let this be your community where you go for respite, support, and love. And I haven't done this in a long time, but before we're done, I would really like you guys to put in the comments what you want us to pray for or hold space for you. This is a new account. Oh, Silver. Oh, nice. Cool. Yeah, I get it, Linda. I was like that yesterday. I was like, I do not run these errands. Pray for love. Perfect. So not quite yet for the prayer list. I'm just getting ready to do Sherry's readings. But we are praying for you, Elena, and Maggie as well. Right now I'm going to pull back, and then at the end I'm going to hold space for everybody. Perfect. Thank you, Maggie. And if you could hold your thoughts just for one moment, I am going to pull Sherry in for her reading. Oh, good. Meeks, what is your first name? And I think that will probably be my last reading today, because I have to do what I tell you guys to do, and that's to go rest. Shamika. Beautiful name. That's a goddess energy name for sure. Okay, so Sherry, I'm going to do your reading first, and then Shamika, which is really awesome because I have like two, I'm ending this with two people with like almost like similar sounding names at the beginning. Okay, so Sherry, thank you so much for allowing, you're welcome, Shamika, thank you. So Sherry, thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading for you. The way I like to do my readings is to pull someone forward that you want to hear from today. I don't need to know their name. I just need to know who they are to you. And everybody else, there might be postcards, double messages. Please don't comment. I will take a break where you can say hi. And we would love that. I want to hear from you. But just at this time, I need to concentrate. So if you can hold your comments as you will be muted temporarily so I can concentrate on the reading at hand. Thank you. Your grandmother or brother. Okay. Can I ask you, Sherry, did either one of them smoke? I'm trying to do your reading and I can taste smoke in my mouth. And so this is like, it tastes like nicotine to me, but it can be the other. You know what I mean? But I just see that. And there's something about the 14th. Yes, your brother. Okay. I keep seeing the number 14. So did someone pass away on the 14th of a month? Or was someone 14 when they passed away? It can be someone's birthday or day of passing, but I see a 1 and a 4. Both, really, my goodness. Both of them on the 14th, or both of them smoked? Can I tell you, with your great-grandmother, I don't know how else to say this other than she was a badass. Like, she was strong. Oh, both smoked. Okay, just write the number 14. I'm seeing it for a reason. This is like either somebody's birthday, it's a monumental day, anniversary of passing, wedding anniversary, birthday. They show me 14 for a reason. Unless someone had 14 people in their family, which I would be like, oh my gosh, That's okay. 95% of what I read you on should make sense. Put the other part to the side. They keep showing it to me. They'll help it make sense. Okay, so step back 1 second. Your great grandmother, yes, could be. Oh, okay, could be great grand was. I can't even describe her. I'm just gonna say like, I'm trying to be serious, but she makes me laugh. So she was a character. I just have to tell you that. But she was also very strong. She's making me feel she helped raise previous children from a marriage. Okay, so the number 14 can be from her because I saw she's very strong plus her own. Okay, yeah, that's like the little woman in the shoe. She had so many children she didn't know what to do. But this woman was not only strong, like physically strong, but also strong in faith. And I don't know if she would call it that, but somehow things just happened. Do you know what I mean? Like back in the day, we would call her the ultimate manifester, feeding everybody, making everything work. She was able to do that, and she's just bringing that up right now as well. Are you going to write a book? Are you thinking about writing a book? It's so amazing because I see you, and then I just keep seeing a bunch of books. Have you ever thought about writing a book? And hold on with your brother. Did your brother have an action on his passing that was part of the reason that he's passed? You've been told before you should write a book. I see that too. So whenever I do readings for people like you, I always say you're what I call a wise one, and a lot of Scorpions are. Their intuition is strong. They don't know if they see, hear, or feel it. They just download it. They're like, I just know it. People are like, how do you know it? You're like, I don't know. But I know that this is going to happen, or I know this person's not a good person. And I love that gift. But it's also enough to drive you crazy because you don't know where you're getting it from. You didn't hear it. Do you know what I mean? When your brother comes, was it an accident? Was there an accident with your brother? Yes, it's hard sometimes. But you're going through things where they're having you, like, you'll have a premonition or a hit, and then 6 months down the line, you'll see that was correct. So they're getting you to trust your gut more. Because as sweet as you are, you're kind of like a marshmallow. You're tough on the outside, but you're really an empath softie once people get to know you. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like you speak up. Okay, thank you. They found out when he hit his leg that he had cancer. Okay, because he says it was an accident. So I got you, and absolutely to you. So it may be confusing for a lot of people because they may not think that you need help because they're like, she's so strong. Sherry's got it on her own. You don't have to help her. And you're like, no, I actually need the help. Do you know what I mean? And it might feel like odd to ask for it. Your grandmother tells me that you're kind of independent and that you kind of raised yourself. Do you know what I mean? At least that's how she's making me feel. So you must be a person in your family that's like the chain breaker, like you helped break the chain, if that makes any sense. You did, yeah. That's how she shows it to me. And I don't know if you were very young on what she's showing me. Like, it's almost like a 10-year-old making, say it again, like cup of soup and top ramen. You're like, I don't want to burden people. They've got enough going on in my family. I'm going to take care of myself. Yeah, I am. And I don't know if you guys lived in the Hicks or why I just saw Hickory. So I don't know why I'm seeing like Hickory Farms, Hick. Washing dishes when I was too young. Yeah. So it's never too late to have the childhood that you've always wanted. Do you know what I mean? So if you get an idea like, I want to be an inspirational speaker, I want to write books, fiction or nonfiction, I think with a person like you that's so intelligent, and you're 10 times smarter than you think you are, my concern is that you might talk yourself out of a good idea before it even starts. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you get really excited about it and you're like, but that will never work. And there's already authors out there. Oh, Graham lived on a farm. So if you were like, they were Hicks. I haven't heard that comment. Like Hickory Farms. What is Hickory Hams? What's that to you? Because she was like, Hickory. Is that connected to the family? Hickory Hams in Virginia? It's a brand. Is that something that you guys use a lot? It would be like, it's either that or grandmother's trying to show me that she's a hick, or that place lived by you guys. Brand. Oh, okay. If you guys are connected to it somehow, or that's something that, oh, I eat those all the time or something, that's how she's showing me, okay? It might be where she grew up. Okay, thank you. Because I'll see part of it, like Hickory Farms, hick, but it's not the Hickory Farms. It's like in the boonies, I'm a hick. Like she grew up like that. Yeah, in the mountains. Beautiful. Show me that one more time. There was a movie called Heidi when I was younger, and they were like, she lived up on the mountains, and I don't know why I'm seeing that, or somebody's name is Heidi, or you have an H on the other side. I just don't know their name, like Hilga or something, but I have the Hicks, the Heidi reference of the little girl living up on the mountain. Like, it means something. If it makes sense right away, perfect. If not, just put it to the side. Say the other thing that you were going to say, Grandma. Was your brother, hold on one second. Was your brother like a father figure? So when he passed away, that hit you harder than losing a parent or something? Because as your brother crosses, I feel incredibly numb. Incredibly numb. So this either means, one, he was on a ton of morphine upon his passing, or two, he was your oldest brother. Okay. Was he, though, like a mentor or father figure? I feel very heavy when he was on morphine. Yeah. I'm going to ask him to sit back a little bit, because I don't want to feel that. Do you have a John or a James here or crossed over as well? And is there like an Evie or an Evelyn? That's okay. I have all kinds of names coming through. There's also a J name that's circling around either here or crossed over. If it's not John or James, then it's close to it. And I just, yeah, who's that to you? So if I say Evie and you say Eddie, then that's close enough to me. Evelyn, Evie, Eddie. Who's Eddie to you? Your stepdad who raised you. Okay, this would just be your brother's way of showing the tumultuous upbringing that you guys had. And Jen, okay. There's a J, your brother's son. Okay, thank you. That's just your brother's way of saying, I want to make sure everybody knows. How old was his son, Jeb? I love that. See, I don't have that name in my vocabulary, so they'll bring something close. How old was his son when he passed? Because that could be where the 14 reference is as well. 18. Okay, just put it to the side. If he was sick at 14, or if one of the kids were 14, I'm still trying to find that number 14, where it's coming from. Your brother's saying that you're wiping the slate and that you're starting from ground zero. So I don't know if you're changing careers. If it's like 3 years ago, 5 years ago, your life looks totally different now. Or if you want it to be, because you're sick of what you're doing now and you totally want it to be something else. But whenever I see something like this, I'm like, you're about to go through a 180. It's a big flip. Like the people that you're hanging out with, the habits that you have, your life purpose, what you're doing for a living. Do you understand? It's all about to flip. Read books on, like, if you're into like healing and awakening and things like that, look up Carolyn Mace. She wrote a couple books, and she's very blunt and straight to the point. She doesn't mess around. Do you know what I mean? And though you have a loving heart, you're a bit softer than she is to me. There's something about your personality that's also very direct, when it's to help somebody or when there's an urgency. So look up Carolyn Mace. I think she's under Hay House. There's similarities as far as like what she's talking about. Look up her YouTube videos on setting boundaries. Yes, my 4 kids are in college and some are on their own. And yes, that's true. Okay. Because that's what they're showing me. So it's like, well, now what about me? What should I be doing? Is there anything else? Because it feels kind of like empty. Do you know what I mean? And don't ever think for a moment, this is so funny. This is where your grandmother comes in. Very feisty. Hold on one second. Let me put this down. I always scribble. It absolutely means nothing other than I'm just scribbling while I'm trying to channel, or while I'm channeling. Say the thing that you were going to say. So as your grandmother comes through and she's like empty nesting syndrome, yes, don't ever say, well, I'm too old for that. I should have started younger the first time, when most of the time I don't have a kid at home, right? So that's where your life is about to go through a 180. Everything that you were doing before, and you're such a good mom. You were not only a good mom to your kids and meeting their needs, but your grandmother's so proud of you because she said any kid that ever went without, like, I don't have lunch or whatever, you're like, looks like I'm running to Taco Bell to grab some random kid lunch. Like, you have a special gift in helping kids who feel like they don't belong. I don't know if you're aware of that. But it's almost like you can spot somebody who's wounded. I don't know how to describe it. And this used to happen to me all the time before I knew I had this gift. And I was just like, my energy would just be all over the place because I would feel fine. And then I'd walk into a party and I'd leave and I'd start crying. I wasn't aware that the person who I was talking with who seemed very confident, was like hurting inside. And I would leave with all those emotions and not now. So now when I'm in a good mood and I walk into a crowd and I start to feel sad, I close my eyes and I say, I know this isn't my energy. Who is this coming from? And I'll immediately see that person. I can feel others, yes, how they feel on the inside. That's what I'm saying. And yet there's this thing about helping people feel special. It's different than that. It's not just people who are sad, sweetheart. Excuse me. It's like wounded. It's like wounded kids. I don't know if this is making any sense to you. But it's like if all the kids were invited, oh my God, this is the kind of mom you remind me of. So there's a story about, and I can't remember who posted this, but she's an inspirational speaker now. And she says, yes, and you can take other energies on. Okay. So I know this is going to go way out and then I'm going to come back and explain this to you. But one of the things that your grandmother's making me feel is, or your great grandmother, sorry, is she's making me feel like, say the thing that you were going to say. Hold on, when I'm channeling, it gets a little bit crazy. That's all right. Hold on. That's okay. I just lost it because she wants to address this. So you have a natural gift, but any tools that you need, like Reiki or upping your self-care, is going to help you a lot. Thank you. She just told me the story again. Thank you. So there was this speaker, and she said that growing up, they didn't have a lot of money, and she would be invited to other people's birthday parties, and she wouldn't be able to give them a gift because she didn't have that kind of money. So the little girl would just take something in her room and she would just rewrap it and she would give it to the kids. And then they'd be like, ew, what's this? Like an old necklace or whatever. And the girl would feel so bad. And she said, I have to thank my friend Lisa's mom, because every time I went over her house, she would have me spend the night before. I would take a shower and she would do my hair for the party the next day. And she would buy a gift and a couple gifts. And she would say, come over here. Which one of these do you want to give her? And she would be like, well, just say it's from you. And she's like, and you don't know the dignity and the strength that I was able to grab from that. There's something like that about you. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? But it's like, when I say kids, it's like anybody under 30 years old is a kid to me. But it's like teenagers, middle schoolers, I just keep seeing that. So just know, yes, I do that. That's what I'm saying. She's so proud of you for that. Do you know what I mean? She's so proud of you for that. And I don't know if there's a Kansas reference or why I just saw Dorothy, unless somebody's name is Dorothy, but I saw the Wizard of Oz, the Tin Man, the Lion, and yeah, the Tin Man, the Lion. Who else is with her? The Courage, the Heart. Is it just the two? So there's 3 of them total? There has to be one more. Oh, the Brain, the Scarecrow. Thank you. That's your favorite childhood movie. Okay. Thank you so much. So she shows me that. And if she shows me that for a reason, because that was your absolute favorite childhood movie. And your writing doesn't have to be fictional. It can be nonfiction. It can be whatever you want to do, as long as you like, as long as you're feeding your spirit. And you're not too old to start a new idea. I always share this. Hay House publishing was started by Louise Hay, who she's yet passed away, so wishing her well. But she started it like in her late 50s and 60s, and because of everything, all the lessons that she went through in life was the reason her business was so successful. So sometimes we feel like we've missed the mark, or I should have started younger, but it's an illusion to think that our age has anything to do with if a dream can come to fruition or not. Does that make sense to you? So for some reason, I'm so drawn to like writing your story and changing a little bit. You can do whatever you want. Yeah, but the timing of it, she's saying, I think that's why she's helping you. Because you have that question of, well, is this it? Like, what am I going to do now? Everybody's off with their own life, and I have no idea. Yes, my great-grandmother has told me through other readings that I've had. See? She just keeps talking about it. True. This is 100% true for you. So, as a fellow author, something that I can give you advice on, because your great-grandmother is making me feel this as well, is get out of the house. I have a feeling that you'll do the dishes and take a bunch of stuff to Goodwill and clean the carpets over and over again, and then vacuum the couch. Do you know what I mean? Writers will do everything they can not to write. So you've got to like get out of the house on Wednesdays, go to a cool cafe. For some reason I keep seeing, show me that again. I don't know if you guys have a cool cafe that kind of looks like Harry Potter or something like that. It's not Starbucks. The cafe, it can be a library, like used books, but it's also got like a cafe with it. This isn't making any sense to you. Look out places where you will be inspired, but I usually tell people, go to a cafe, look up, it's called the Writer's Way book. It basically says, write 20 minutes every day, even if you're like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever done, this will never be a book, this is lame, who am I thinking I am? Like, just write and just keep doing. You don't know. Okay, just know I just keep seeing a cafe. It's not Starbucks. It looks like family owned. Show me that again. It might have like games or cards in the corner for people to play. It might have a couple books. It's not Starbucks though. Yeah. But it's definitely like coffee shop cafe. Go there and write. And you're like, I don't drink coffee. Then grab tea. Do you know what I mean? Just try it. Try it every Wednesday at like 3:30 p.m. I'm going to go there and I'm just going to write for 20 minutes and I'm going to see what happens. Because of your great grandmother saying you have to get out of you love coffee, good, Say it again. Your mom mode, where it's like, I had this list, I got it done, and then I had the immediate gratification. Writing a book is why when some people need the amount of, when I see it in someone's reading and they need immediate gratification, I always say, start a blog, do a chapter at a time. Do you know what I mean? Slowly release it. You can be under your name, it can be under someone else's name, it doesn't matter. I mean, not someone else's name, like a made up name, but keep doing it. Writing is something that's more, it's wonderful when it's done, but it's so daunting at the time. So you might want to play around with like short stories or tell a story about your grandmother or something, but it would be a shame for you not to do this. I can't see, usually they'll show me an analogy of somebody that you're like close to. Maybe that's why they showed me Harry Potter, like J.K. Rowling sitting at a cafe, writing and getting ideas from the people around her, like the wizarding chess. She got that because a little boy and his dad were playing chess next to her while she was writing. So things around you will come into your writing, if that makes any sense. But just give it a try. You have to do it for a reason higher than yourself, because you will give up. I've seen so many writers, for some reason, especially artists and writers, give up when they're doing it for self-serving. So you have to say, I'm going to do this to show my kids how empowering this can be to follow your dreams. So you have to do it for someone bigger than yourself so that you keep going. Does that make sense? But please do it. I feel like once you get a flow, you're going to be very good at it. And I always tell people, I understand the hesitancy with not wanting to write, but I didn't get the best grades, and I am dyslexic. I graduated from college, but barely. And I really didn't want to write. So I just, because I equated it to schoolwork, but I just did it a little bit at a time. I used to say I was going to write a book about my crazy neighbor. Then do that. You never know what's going to come out of it. Do you know what I mean? And it can be a short story. I'm just hearing keep it simple. Start off small, because you have been a mom for so long and tasked, you're used to your great-grandmother's calling it mom mode, where it's like, I want to get in there and finish it and I want it to be done. Do you understand why she keeps saying that? So with this, it's a process. It's more of something that you go and you do, and then you come home and you think about it, make notes, and then you go back and you start writing. So she's really encouraging you to do it. She said, you're going to be very good at this. And once you get started, it's just going to grow and grow. You understand? But get out of your house, because I'm looking at your energy, and I already know you'll be like writing and you're like, oh, the blinds need to be clean. And then you'll start writing. You're like, when's the last time I washed those windows? Do you know what I mean? And then you're like, okay, it's dinner time. I need to get dinner going. And then the whole day's gone and you're like, what did I write once upon a time? Like, where is this? Does that make sense? So get yourself out of the house, and people watching and all that. It's almost like all the things. Yeah, she says I'm procrastinator. Me too. That's why I was like, I know me. I know. And I wanted a goal. I wanted to show my kids after my divorce that something good would come out of it. And I always wanted to write children's books. It's like my gift. I always wanted to do that. So I am pulling back a little bit when they start anything. Yeah, but what I need to do, I know. And the thing is that comes from something. Do you know what I mean? It's like our upbringing. If we found out other people's needs were more important than ours, or that it was selfish to do things for ourselves. So I realized when you're working on an idea, whether it's writing or your own business, you really need the affirmations, especially if you were brought up where everybody was leaning on you, or you were independent and didn't want to be a burden. So you just have to say, it's safe for me to be seen. It's safe for me to be powerful. And I used to say when I was writing, Julie, it's okay if this doesn't turn into anything, sweetie. We're just doing it. It's just an experiment. And I would say, okay. And that would allow me to be creative, because if I started writing and I thought, this is the stupidest idea, nobody's going to like this. Why am I doing this? It's so stupid. I should be going and learning a Google, class or something like that. You just have to you have to be your coach. You have to be your parent. Do you understand what I'm saying? You have to be your encourager. Does that make sense to you when I say that? Yes. Okay. Whew. So I am pulling back a little bit. I know things start to get fuzzy when they feel like they've delivered the message, but I'm hoping that this feels good to you. Yes, it's hard. It's hard for me to focus. Yeah. It's like a pattern. Try it for 30 or 40 days. I promise you, they're telling me that once this gets started for you, you are going to start writing to the point where you're like, it was 1 o'clock. How did I look over and it's already 4 p.m. in the afternoon? Like, how did this even happen? So just start it. Start the momentum. Do you understand? And just say, I'm just doing it for fun. I'm going to do it so I can show my kids how to believe in their dreams. Like, this could turn into something. Or I just write it and give it to friends and family. It doesn't matter. It just matters that you do it, and you do it for yourself. So it's safe for you to receive. It's safe for you to be powerful. It's safe for you to take time for yourself to be creative. Do you understand? And it's totally okay. So we just have to fight any thoughts that we had that it's a waste of time or that we don't deserve to do something for ourselves. Any of those thoughts that are going to help you commit, and write it down on your calendar like an appointment, and nothing else gets to go in that time, because that's your meeting with yourself. Yeah, I understand. Just try it very simple. Keep it simple. She's saying, keep it very simple, and they will help you. So it seems like the main person around you is your great grandmother. She seems to be a guide for this, and it's because she would have wanted to do this. Do you know what I mean? I do. I've been, winding down my business. That's what I was saying. Whatever you're doing now, you're going to be doing something completely different. But just ease into it. Don't be hard on yourself. Now's the time to be gentle. Louise Hayes used to say, you've been beating yourself up for your life, your whole life, and where's that gotten you? Try to be kind to yourself and see what happens. Yes, I think she's one of my guides. She always comes through. She's very strong. And it doesn't mean that your brother's not around you at all. That's not what it means. It just means that this is the person who's the spokesperson for today. She got the microphone, and she's the one that wanted to talk to you, okay? So these are kind of like mini readings. So I do hope that this gave you some comfort today, some encouraging, some validation of who they are on the other side watching over you. So just know that they are with you, and it's just a matter of time before a new life starts to unfolding for you. My advice to you would be, don't fight it, just embrace it, okay? Perfect, thank you. And Shamika, I haven't forgotten about your reading, sweetie. I'm gonna say hi to people and make sure that you're still in the room, and then I'm just gonna grab some water. So I am gonna just take like maybe a 2-minute break. You're welcome, thank you. This was a very special to get a reading. I'm so glad. I always see you in here, so I'm like, what's going on? No problem, you're still here, perfect. Thank you for your patience. I'm just going to sip some tea, say hi to everybody. It's so important to stay hydrated too, so I've got my tea, my green drink, and my water. Oh, you love to watch me do readings. Thank you. When you guys are holding space and just watching, it's like we create this vortex where the information can just come through too. So hold on, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna grab some water. You might hear Delilah snoring. I'm in my office and she always snores while I'm doing readings, because that's just what happens around here. Huh? Okay, we'll be right back. comes Delilah. She's my little Patronus. Come on, it's not time for dinner yet. Almost though. Come on. Thank you guys for being patient. Thank you. I always want to make sure that my energy's higher for you guys. I just got a little banana for potassium and some more water. When I used to do readings in person and I would do like these classes, you know, the big Alhambra jugs, I would seriously drink one of those. Like, and one day it was insane. I just think that when you're channeling, not only are you talking, but it's different than just being like a speaker, because you're actually channeling, and it's very dehydrating. So if anybody is doing this kind of work and you're like, I love doing readings, but I get headaches and things like that, you have to stay. It's almost like preparing for, I don't mean to be so dramatic, but it's almost like preparing for a marathon or a workout. You want to be actively hydrated before you start. And during the process, you just want to keep hydrating, and then even after. Do you know what I mean? So it's like hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. All right. So Shamika, thank you for your patience. And then and then after I'm going to do like a little meditation and prayer for people. So Shamika, I love what I do. Hi, Susan. And I'm so ready to channel for you today. So this is just for Shamika. If you're just coming in, I have moderators today, and I always say I'm going to be doing readings. If you chat while I'm doing a person's reading, you will be muted only because I can't concentrate on their energy, and I will vacuum up who's ever in the chat room at that time. So Shamika, thank you for being here. Let me know who you want to hear from today. I don't need to know their name. I just need to know who they are to you. And when I do my phone readings, it's a little bit different. I usually start to tell you who I see around you. But in a group like this, all kinds of information and energies being thrown at me, and I want to make sure I anchor it in with you. So I just need to know who you want to hear from today. I don't need to know their name. I just need to know who they are to you. I want to hear from your fiance. Do you guys have a child together? And I'm so sorry, honey. Hold on. I don't know why. Okay, hold on. Were you not able to say goodbye, sweetheart? Yes, you have 3. Okay, because he just said you're a good mom. So I can hear that. But it's yours together, correct? Because you're like fiance, but he's talking about that. Okay, I'm just going to say this. I don't know if you feel guilty about his passing or why there's this heaviness or this guilt. But he's making me feel like there was nothing you could have done. Is this making any sense to you? I keep hearing guilt, unless there's somebody named Gilbert. It's like guilt, G-I, yeah. One second. Has he been gone 5 years? Or, hold on, say it again. He's showing me 5. So it's either like he's been gone 5 years, or there's like a 5-month thing. I question why it happened. There's a lot around this, so sorry. So when people cross over, there's 2 different kinds of readings, and I can read him, it's fine. I'm just letting you know why it's going to just take a little bit longer. 5 months. He's been gone 5 months, or he passed away on the 5 month, because he shows me 5 months. Say it again, sweetheart. There's so much around this. Do you understand? So I have to ask, okay, so when someone crosses over and they look at their life and they do a life review, if they just passed away from like natural causes and they live the life that they were supposed to live, they come through a little bit easier. If they were like on morphine and they're their passing caused a lot of pain, or if there's question around their pain, whether they were murdered or they had an action that was part of their passing, it's choppy. And I want to say, like, as he comes through, he definitely made it to the other side. Don't let any medium ever tell you they're stuck. They're not stuck. It's just choppy. So there's a lot of like questions around his passing. I cannot tell if he was part of the action of why he's passed, or if someone else attacked him, but my body is like in pain. So I'm just trying to decipher what he's talking about right now. Was it a situation where he was here and then he wasn't? There's no like, you know, sometimes if people are ill, you're like a little bit prepared. I don't feel prepared for this news that he passed at all. I'm very shocked. And I still feel shocked. Do you know what I mean? Is this making any sense to you? And there's this feeling of, I shoulda, coulda, woulda. If I would have known, I would have done this. If I would have known that, I would have done this. And he keeps saying that. I know sometimes things are nonsensical and it doesn't make any sense. Do you guys have, is someone named like Nick or Nikki, or is there an N either here or crossed over? It's like Nicholas, Nick, like there's an N either here or crossed over around you or around him. Whew. So we've got, he had kids with you because you brought that up in 5 months ago. I can't tell if there was an action that was done to him or if he had an action where he passed away that caused it. Is this making any sense to you? And then I'm being drawn to February. So it's, yes, okay, that's why I just can't. It's going back and forth. So I have to say schmurdered on this app, and I'm so sorry, sweetheart. I'm so sorry, because that's the feeling of he's here and then he's not, and this is in shock. And I still feel like it's such a shock. Do you understand? Like it's our brains can only comprehend so much that this does not make sense. Yes. But there's still a feeling of a should, coulda, woulda. I wish if I would have known, I wouldn't have had him go there. If I would have known, I would have gone with him. So he keeps making me feel like there's this thing where he doesn't want you to feel guilty. Like there's not anything that had to do with you. There's no connection with you that would make this happen. Was he driving or something like that? He keeps showing me a car. So I don't know if this happened in a car or if you have his car, but I keep seeing a vehicle. And he shows me 3 people. And I keep being drawn. He was in a car. Thank you. Because he shows me that. I'm being drawn to February as it being someone's birthday or day of passing. He's showing me that. And then with his passing, were there 3 people involved? He shows me 3. Sorry. Other than I know you have 3 kids, there's like 3 people involved. And this is one of those nonsensical things. I don't now, but I used to work on murder cases with the police and the FBI, and I always tell people, go get a private investigator. Police and the FBI, there's only so much that they'll do, and it doesn't seem logical at all. 3 more may have been involved. That's how I feel. Because I feel was there a gun involved? Because I see that. Our son's first birthday is in February. Thank you. Is there a Tyler or Tyree name? Tyler, Tyree? Either here or crust also. It's like a T name. And when I say like they'll show me names close to it, like Tamika, like there's a name close to it. So I may not have that name in my vocabulary, in my file of names in my mind, but he's showing me something close to it. Sorry, Raven. I appreciate your help, but please don't comment, as I'll start to absorb your energy, and I'm trying to Meek's. I'm trying to pay attention to Mika's energy. His name started with a T. Okay, thank you. All kinds of emotions. You have a right. You are such a mama bear, he says. You are such a mama bear. I know you're not taking this into your own hands, but there's part of you where it's like, I'm going to go take care of this if no one's going to tell me what happened here. It's just like he ran to the store and then he didn't come back and you were like, what is going on? Okay, hold on. Is your father crossed as well? He shows me a man with him, so it's either like his dad's crossed, your dad's crossed, but he has a father figure with him. And did someone show me that again, sir? Somebody had like a stent put in their heart, or they did like triple bypass. They had like heart problems before they crossed over. Okay, first we're going to put in a stent, and then we're going to take the vein from your leg and do a triple bypass. I just keep seeing that because he's trying to show me people that are with him and people here. Both of our fathers are still alive. Okay, so there's a father figure with him. That's how he shows me this. So it's like, if it's not his father, then it's a grandfather, older brother. He'll show me more information that starts to come through. I almost want to say Jeremiah or Jim. There's a JM sound with it. Okay. And it almost feels like, are you kind of a private person? Are you keeping to yourself? Because as I scan your energy, I don't see people readily available to help, or you're feeling like, or feeling like you want to be alone. Do you understand? There's a lot of like independence around you. So I don't know if you're, before this happened, prior to this happening, Shamika, if you're the one who always helped everybody and you don't know how to receive the help, or if it's you keep to yourself. Yeah. And I even feel like to get a reading, this is like something kind of private for you. Do you understand what I'm saying when I say that? Is there a Texas or a Tennessee reference? There's like a TN, like Texas, TN. Okay. I'm so sorry you went through this, sweetie. I'm so sorry. There's something about an 11 also, the 11th of a month or November, being like when you were going to get married, or anniversary, or day of passing, or someone's birthday. He's showing me 11th. Okay. You're in Canada. Okay. I don't know all the places in Canada, but is there something that's like, there's like a TN? That's okay. I would say just put it to the side. It makes me feel like the reason why this doesn't make any sense, was it a robbery or something? Because it doesn't make me feel like he had, this is just one of those random things that do not make sense. Do you understand? I don't feel like he was doing anything shady. This gives me a feeling of like, how can this happen? He's a good person. We're finally getting married. We finally put our finances in order. And then this just comes out of nowhere and I am in shock. No, he wasn't robbed. He was just sitting in his car. Meaning like an innocent bystander. Do you know what I mean? This is like random. Because did people ask like, was he robbed? Because it makes nonsense. It's nonsensical why they picked him. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Yes, everything was going uphill for us. That's what I keep hearing. Like finally flowing, like you got a job and the finances are right. And I feel like yeah, it was going uphill and then suddenly he passed. Yeah. Hold on one second. God, and Angels just asking for like more help with this. Is this still under investigation? Because it should be. Did they only catch one person? The reason why I feel like there's 3 people involved. Yes, it is. Okay. And I don't feel he's like an innocent bystander. So this is either like still investigating. Yeah. Make sure that they keep investigating. And I know you're exhausted and a mom of 3 and you're in shock because this just happened. But somehow, like, you're a very private person, but try to ask a friend to help you to keep this in the media, to keep it going. Do you know what I mean? Because it needs to keep going. And if you need to go do a GoFundMe to help you and the family at this time, or if you need a GoFundMe to say the other thing that you guys were going to say. Did someone have a pension? I'm trying to understand what he's trying to say. But there's got to be funds to hire a private investigator, because I can tell you from doing this kind of work with people, and I don't work on cases like this anymore, and I'll explain that later because this is about you. But the reason why I wanted to bring that up is as I was working with the police and FBI on these cases, I would say, gosh, you guys are not the sharpest knife in the kitchen. Like, they don't know. They're so logical. They don't know how to think outside of the box. So an investigator, private investigator, would be like, oh, well, this and that. And then they were over here and Mark was over there and Marcus and did it. They would already be like, they think in a bigger picture. They're not just going to look at the exact evidence. Like, oh, we asked that guy and he said he wasn't home. Do you know what I mean? There's like more, they go more in depth. Because it almost makes me feel like when this first happened, there was a lot of energy around it and a lot of movement, he makes me feel. And now that it's dying out, it's like, and now that more time has gone, it's more quiet and less often that you're hearing any updates. Is that making any sense? So somehow keep this alive in the media. I don't feel like you should do this. I feel like if you have a friend that can help you, so you're going to have to learn how to ask for help to get through this, sweetheart. Yes, you understand? So you've got to be able to delegate. Are you by Ottawa? And this is totally random and doesn't make any sense to me. But does someone like, okay, that's okay. I'm wondering where all those T's were that he's trying to show me before. I was like, Tennessee, but I don't know Canada. So it's like TN. Just know I just keep saying that show. Unless he's showing me an initial of somebody who was with us. Okay, I just have to put this to the side for a minute. Does someone like, show me that again, hot chocolate? Like, it's like almost like, I keep tasting hot chocolate with marshmallows. So I don't know if that's one of your favorites. If this is like on your first date, you guys did this together. So they'll tell me how they passed, how many kids you have. It's been 5 months. They'll show me it was in a car. Do you know what I mean? And then they'll talk about something else that one of you guys like. And it's something about Rocky Road ice cream or hot chocolate with marshmallows. It's chocolate and marshmallows for sure. I may not know what this dessert or appetizer is or drink, but it's hot chocolate with marshmallows. I can taste it. Do you know those like Swiss mocha chocolates that they have, the instant chocolate where you have the water and you can add it? It's something like that. And this would be like somebody's favorite, or you guys went to the ice skating rink and you got this for the kids. Like it means something. Does that make sense to you? Or it's like someone's favorite dessert. Rocky Road ice cream is my favorite. He would always buy it for me when I was pregnant. Thank you. So see how they'll tell a couple things that are valid, a couple things that you're like, well, I'm not really sure about this GoFundMe and private investigator, and all of a sudden they'll be like, and anchor all that information in with Rocky Road ice cream. What are the chances out of all of the snacks, everything I could talk about, I'm tasting something with marshmallows and chocolate in it. So it's not hot chocolate, it's Rocky Road ice cream. Yes, Rocky Road is my favorite. He would always buy it for me when I was pregnant, and he brings that up. And so I'm just going to pause here for a moment and say, this is because his spirit is very much still alive. This is the energy from his love moving to you, and it's your love moving to him. And it's this ever flowing. So even when I'm out of the equation, it's so important for me to tell you, Shamika, that he's still very much around you. Do you know what I mean? It's just a matter of like the people that we miss the most, or if we're in shock of their passing and we can't comprehend why they passed away, we're like, we don't feel them. He's saying, I'm right with you. I'm right with you. And I don't know if he would he goes, now you don't have to worry about me messing up the sink. So he has a funny sense of humor. I feel like he wants to help. Did you guys see that? There was like a little feather. Oh, I have to watch that back later. Oh, I was like, what is going on? It just went like, it was like a little orb. So look for feathers in unusual places. But there's something he said, well, now you don't have to worry about me messing up the sink. So I don't know if he would leave his toothpaste all up in the sink, or if he would shave and like not clean it out. But there's something about it, doesn't feel like the kitchen. It feels like I'm in the bathroom and you're like, can you come over here? Do I have to do this for you again? What is the deal with you not cleaning this up? Why don't I, like, you're very organized and put together, and he would leave it. So he does say, now you don't have to worry about the sink. So it's his way of trying to get you to laugh. It's his way of bringing his humor in, which I feel like he always tried to do. He always tried to make light of the situation. Was he trying to start his own company or something? Or did you guys have your own company? Was someone trying to start their own company? During a time when we're facing a lot of challenges, it's really important to up your self-care. It's so important to up your self-care and to ask for help. If family members or people ask, like, what do you need or what do you want? Just be like, deliver food to us, give us groceries, like, but just leave them at the door. I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm barely holding on here, and but I do need the help. Yes, I wanted to start a business, and he had a lot of plans as well. Okay. Sweetie, I'm so sorry that this happened. I actually stopped doing readings for a while because of the amount of people that passed away in a nonsensical way in my life. And I kind of paused and I said, angels, I can't do these readings anymore. You need to tell me why bad things happen to good people. And I couldn't hear that information, but they said, when the bad thing happens to those good people and those good people turn it around, they inspire other people. And they gave me an analogy of like, when a person wins a race, we all clap, right? And when a person runs a race and they just twisted their ankle before, we clap harder. But if a person like had cancer and had their leg amputated and their mom died 2 months ago and then they won the race, we would all get up and like cry and cheer. Do you know what I mean? And you don't have to even think about this yet. But my mantra for every catastrophe that I've had, and I did have a person pass, like not exactly similar, but was taken from us way too soon in an accident, and it seemed like nonsensical. I asked the angels to give me a mantra, and it was that something good will come out of this. I don't have to know what it is. I don't have to believe it. I don't even have to feel it. I just need to keep saying it, that something good will come out of this, because it just seems so nonsensical right now, if that makes sense to you. But do lean on family. There's something where I keep seeing the numbers 333 around you, which tells me that you're going to need to lean on people to help them, to help you at this time, sweetheart. And so you're used to being independent, and it was just, you guys were a dynamic duo. You were like Batman and Robin. Do you know what I mean? You were like all of the famous couples, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, except that you guys stayed together. So, hi, Sherry, just in the middle of reading. So if you get muted, I'll say hi again in a second. But no, I'm pulling back. This is his way of showing me I don't know if you have a necklace, or if you've been thinking about doing something where you put his ashes, something with that, a locket for a necklace. But I keep going like this as I'm playing with the necklace, and I don't have jewelry. Does that make sense? I keep kind of going like this. I'm asking him if there's anything I can tell you to uplift you. You're just saving all your energy right now for the kids. He's saying his fingerprint, I want to put it on a necklace for me and the kids. Did I say fingerprint? I was like, Ash's fingerprint, I want to put it on a necklace for me and the kids. See? I was like, there's something that he wants to do. When I channel, I don't remember. So even if you've been thinking about it, this is his way of saying, sweetheart, I know. And you are and will always be the love of his life. So when I do these readings, I always say their body has dissipated, but their spirit, their love for you is unconditional, and it's still around you. It never dies. It's ever flowing. So it's not goodbye forever. It's like they're on what I call the other side. And there's a thin veil from where they are and we are. We think like, oh, they're way over there. No, it's just like a breath away. And I keep hearing that E.E. Cummings, I carry you in my heart. So, yes, read that where it says, I carry you in my heart. He's not showing me the gentleman that's with him, but it has to be like uncle, dad, or grandfather raised. One of them. One of you, like it's like, because he's showing me the dad with him, and I'm Max, it's an M-A name as well over there, and that can be female, but now everybody's starting to come through. So I hope this brought you some comfort today. My intention, my love, my prayer for people that I'm reading is always that it gives you a bit of hope that even though they're gone, their spirit is very much still alive. I wouldn't know all these things, and I don't. Do you understand? This is their love for you and your love for them, and it's ever flowing. And the moment that I step out of the situation, that energy is still ever flowing from you to them and them to you. In the middle of the reading, there was like a little white orb, feather. I didn't catch it. Hopefully it shows on the recording and it downloads and I can play it back later. But just know that when people are going through a huge life challenge or your loved ones are trying to get a hold of you, they will show you different signs. And one of their most prominent signs is like a feather in an unusual place. I know there's birds. I know we have comforters. I know we have goose down pillows. I understand that. But I'm talking about a feather, an unusual place. Like you just happen to be walking with the kids and a feather falls in front of you. You run errands and come to the front door and there's a feather there. You wash your hair, you comb your hair, and there's a feather. That's a sign from them that they're waving from the other side and that they're showing you support. Okay? Thank you so much for allowing me to give you this reading today. I wish I could help you solve this case, but I have a feeling right now things are starting to unfold for the better. But please follow the advice and having a friend, because he doesn't want you to do this, having someone speak up and keep it in the public's eye. It needs to be kept in the public's eye. This is not just another passing that they can sweep under the rug. It has to be kept out there so that it's solved. You're so welcome, sweetheart. If everybody could do me a favor with Shamika right now, if you can just tap the screen or put hearts in the comments. I know many of you want a reading, but I'm just asking you to pump this up for her today, and so that she can really feel lifted during this time. Thanks, Kim, and feel the support of the people around you. And that's what I love. Hello from Oregon. And thank you, Elena, and thanks, Sherry, and thanks, Kim. And thanks, Sherry, for doing that for her. I love giving people readings, but I love more the community that we're creating here and how we're supporting each other at a time where many of us are feeling maybe overwhelmed or lonely, or we're like, well, we're the only ones who are going through this, so I must be doing something wrong and everybody else is doing something right. That's not it. That's not possible. Okay. Thank you, Rose. Thank you. Yes. And lean on people. I have to tell you, just, I'm like you too. I just so hyper independent, and I finally, through my divorce and some people, a lot of people passing away, including my dog, back to back, I had a friend come. She knocked on the door. I didn't want to open it. She gave me a roasted chicken, some mashed potatoes, and steamed broccoli from Whole Foods and some flowers. And she said, you're not going to shut me out. I'm going to help you through this. You are not doing this on your own. Promise me. And I just want you to know that you have, sorry, I didn't realize I was going to do this, people around you that love you, sweetheart. You might be feeling alone and that you don't want to be a burden, but you're not a burden to other people, okay? They want to help you, and that's how you're going to get through this. But I do have to say, like, pick the right people that are going to be supportive. Sometimes the most interesting people come at our challenging times. Like, we're like, I thought my sister was going to help me. And it's like, sometimes it's a perfect stranger or a neighbor or a friend of a friend. And you're like, how did you hear about this? And she's like, I just was following my heart and I felt like I needed to pick up pizzas and drop them off. I'm not going to disturb you. I'm not going to bother you. If you need me to, I can come over and do your dishes and I'll leave. Like, whatever it is you need, at least one person like that. Yes, you may find so much love from strangers. I agree 100%. You will be lifted through this. Something good will come out of this. I don't know what it is, but something good will come out of this. Thank you for that. So whenever I need to borrow hope, I always listen to, like, I watch stories like The Pursuit of Happiness, or Bethany Hamilton. Yeah, is that her name? Where she had her arm bit off by a shark, like things that were nonsensical, but those people took that mess and made it their message. There was like pain and they transformed it into something of a gain. So something good will come out of this. You were meant to do something on this planet, Shamika, where it brings a lot of light to others. So it may feel like it's a little dark and alone right now, but that's not going to last very much longer. There's something within your spirit where you're just meant to inspire other people. Not at this time. Let them help you, but there will be a time where you rise again. Okay? Whew, thank you guys so much. I'm just going to say hello to Jenny and Kim. They are my moderators. If you're not following them, please do. I'm trying to get them up to 1,000 so we can go live one time and share our many gifts, as they are healers too. But at this time, something that I'd like to do, since we do have so many people in here, is I would like you guys just to list, oh, thank you, Sherry, list on the comments anything that we can pray for you today, any way that you want to be lifted up. If there's an intention that we can set for you guys, please put it in the comments. And right now, I'm just going to ask the angelic God and angels to surround us all and lift us up. And then Sherry says, pray for my heart. I just hear done. Like as you guys put this. And even if you have something unspoken, you can, I was just going to say, Rose, you can just put a heart. Just put whatever you want to put. But know that you are in a safe place. This is a great community. You're looking for guidance in your life. Okay, and so we're going to set an intention for that for you and for Scorpio too. So I can't comment on here because I can't comment while I'm holding space for people. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh, you guys, look. The lights changed. You need healing in your heart. Okay. I keep hearing that song. Do you know it? It goes, you raised me up so I can walk on mountains. You raised me up to walk on songs. My mom, my sister, my nephew, my nieces, for myself and God to heal me. Yes. My prayer is that you guys feel safe, empowered, supported, loved, to walk on stormy seas. Yeah, to walk on stormy seas. Good luck, Kim. Please follow Kim. We're trying to get her up to at least 500 today. She's a moderator. She volunteers her time, just like Jenny. Yes. So that's my prayer for everybody today, is that you feel supported, that you feel held, that you feel say that again, surrounded by love, surrounded by loving people that can hold space for you, that can help lift you up. God knows you've been doing that your whole life before. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. I hope they reach their goal too. I am pulling back. I want to thank you guys so much for being here today. I will be traveling tomorrow, so I won't be on TikTok, but I do plan on going live Thursday sometimes and Friday, just to let you guys know. So hopefully I'll see you then. If you're not following me on Facebook, that's a place where I've been going live too when my moderators are kind of busy. So if you follow me on Facebook, it's kind of like I don't have like a Facebook page necessarily. It's just one I created over there. You'll see it, but all my social media is on my website, which you can find right there. But my website is Peace-Serenity. And if you're looking for a good book to read, I do have this book. It's backwards right now, but it's called I Am Home. And I wrote this book. I was like spiritually guided to write a book that would be easy for people to read at their time of grief. And it's just like a quick guide to show you how your loved ones are communicating, how to look for signs, and to know that your loved ones are still very much around you, okay? Thank you, Elena. Good luck to you and your daughter. Take care with everything. All right, you guys, much love. Oh, that's awesome. Jenny, you're so cute. Yeah, it's home. It's emo when it's backwards. You're welcome. Hello from Oregon. Oh, and so I also want to, oh, good, Sherry. How can you get the book? It's on Amazon. It's called I Am Home by Julie Dart, and it's on Amazon. Thank you for supporting that. What was I just going to say? Hold on. Oh, and this is my only account. If someone's reaching out to you or saying it's me, it's not. I can be messaging you while I'm on here. Many times they'll follow you while I do a live, and then they'll a live event. Oh, I'm so happy too, Rose. Thank you for being here, sweetheart. Thank you, Sherry, for getting the book. I'm so happy. All right, you guys, I'm going to get going. Much love to all of you. This is my only account. Stay safe out there. I'll never reach out to you. And if someone follows you that has a little different name than mine, please report them and block them. That's not me. Thank you, Sherry. Much love to you guys today. Take care, everybody.